everybody, welcome back. This is update 32, version 0.44. We have a new stage again this week. This is called Lock, Stock and Too Many Barrels. It's a long course designed by Brent Pace. So we can take a look at the stage, but I want to talk about a few things. You guys realized that last week I released a Waypoint movement update. Allows you to set up waypoints along the stage and then traverse through the waypoints when you're shooting by hitting the grip button. Some of you mentioned that you want to make that an option, whether you want to use Waypoint or not, because it could interfere with the grip button if you're using the hyperkin and so forth. So too many UI issues. So I decided to make them an advanced preference. So within the advanced preference, you can shoot the waypoints to turn it off, or I'll keep it back on. In this case, I want to keep it back on because I want to show you how I traverse this stage with waypoints. So let's go take a look. Okay, so this is Lock, Stop and Too Many Barrels. As you can see, it lives up to its name, Too Many Barrels. You have one paper here. You have a paper. Let's go back here. There's a swinger, a headshot that you can see from within this barrel. You can see a target from within these two barrels. There's an activator, popper that activates the swinger from the middle. And there are two partials over here, one headshot, and then some steel at the end. So quite visibly secluded. I've played these multiple times already, so I'll give you guys a tip. So I'm going to use waypoints, and what I'll do is you start at this X position, hands relax the sights. I think first thing you do is when the buzzer goes, you draw and you step forward, and you go for this paper or that paper. In the real world, you will probably be moving backwards towards this position, but in this case, I'm going to set a waypoint here. I want to make sure that I can see this 4 targets, that center, popper, because I want to activate it back here, get the headshot, and the swinger should be coming back. By the time I'm done with the headshot, get the swinger, and then immediately move forward to about somewhere there. Let me set the waypoints here first. Let's see. Okay. Oh, another thing. I've changed the waypoint. You notice that the previous waypoint has an arrow. You can set your rotation. That actually caused a lot of massive bugs with alignments and head rotation, because in VR, the rule is you can't really change where the player is looking. You can change the player location, and that will cause some errors with positioning. So what I did was I just made it a position waypoint instead of a rotation waypoint. So what happens is when you move over here, it's up to you to rotate because the player is in control. So it works out well, actually. So let's get back to the front one here. I want to get to this point where I can actually see this target, get that one steel, and then lean across to get that steel and that paper and this one, like that. Okay? So let's go ahead and take a look. Oh, I forgot to set my waypoint. Let's see, where should that waypoint be? It's a hard lean, but we'll do it. Maybe closer. Lean, lean. Okay. All right. Point number 2. Let's go.
Make ready. Are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
I need to find my dot. Call myself an open shooter. Engage that popper and get the hit shot, and then go over there. Lean. There we go. Got it.
If you are finished, range is clear.
Oh, bit fast. Oh, the previous run I did 17 seconds, but I had a mic, so I lost some points. But 19 seconds, 166 points. 1 alpha, 1 Charlie, 1 Charlie, 1 Charlie, 1 Charlie over there. Not too bad, but hope you guys can beat me in my score. I'm sure you can. So there we go. Some changes to the waypoint system. Is much more effective actually this way. You decide where you want to look instead of letting the game rotate. Let's head back to the main menu for a few more things.
Okay.
So a few more things we fixed apart from the waypoint system is the multi-language support. So now, but some of the texts weren't supported. So now I made room playlists and the multiplayer buttons now show the actual language if you switch your language up in that flag. And then also some of the texts that were cleaned up throughout the entire game. And the final fix was there was a bug where if you're using hyperkin, if you turn on the main menu, the hyperkin teleport button is tied into the trackpad button. So every time you move the trackpad up and down in the menu, you actually teleport. So it was pretty jarring for people who are using that. So I disabled it. So now in your menu, if you just press up and down or any button in the trackpad, it will not affect teleport. So that's all I have for you this week. Hope to see you again next week. Thanks a lot and Happy New Year.